Hey guys, so we're gonna assemble today. I have 8 of these to just glue together. Something I made for my brother. He travels a lot, and I thought this would be kind of a cool gift. Just a few topographies of some of the cities that he's visited. If he wants to hang them up, just display them, whatever. I thought it might be kind of a cool thing. So yeah, let's get into it. This was the project I really wanted to do for my brother who travels around the world, and just travels a lot in general. I thought these would be awesome. So that's Toronto. We're just going to make a lot of topographies to send over to him. He lives in New York, but he's from Chicago. And like I said, he's traveled everywhere. So we're going to speed through the assembly of some of these. It's really just gluing the water, so that blue panel, into the frame, then gluing the topography, the white part, on top of the water essentially. And then we'll take a look at the end and I'll label all the ones that we did so you guys can see the different cities. Hopefully get a cool viewpoint from there. Enjoy. Now I'm gonna go over the different cities that we did make. This first one here is Toronto. As you can see, it has the needle, a little bit of the lakefront there. Pretty cool topography map, couple tall buildings, which is nice to see. But yeah, overall, I think this one turned out pretty well. Just a little bit of stringing on top of the needle, but that was it. Next one here is Manhattan or Lower Manhattan. This is very close to where my brother lives. So that's gonna be, I believe, the river, the Hudson River. I could be wrong, but I think so. Um, he lives close to there, so I thought that was pretty cool. I was able to get something with the bridges and stuff there too, and then all those obviously skyscrapers over there in the corner. This one here is Australia, Sydney to be exact. You can get a little picture of the Opry House right there. And then their coastline as well, right into the ocean, which is awesome. We went there on a work trip, so this is pretty cool. And then here's the topography of London. My brother went there as well, which was cool to see. Something about that ring, I don't know. It came up and it seemed like it was important, so I made sure to put it in there. Definitely have to wrap this one up before shipping. to make sure that it makes it there safe. Don't want that snapping off. That's definitely going to be a fragile part of this one. So we'll package it nicely. This one here is Atlanta, Georgia. I have a cousin that lives there. My brother has visited, I think, a couple times already. I know he enjoys it when he goes. I think that's like the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. So the football stadium that the NFL plays in. So I thought that was cool that that's there, but no water, unfortunately. Then this one is Austin, Texas. I don't know if that's a river or what that is. So I thought that was pretty cool because I do like it when it's a little bit of contrast. I think it makes it definitely more interesting. So we went with this view. Then here comes Miami. So very nice, lots of water, obviously on their coast. They are right at the ocean, which is great on the east coast of Florida. So this was pretty nice to see a lot of high-rise buildings too on their coast. Wealthier area, I guess, is Miami, more expensive for sure. So you definitely get some of those bigger buildings. And then this is Paris, France. So I want to say that's a river right there next to the Eiffel Tower. And the tallest part of Paris is the Eiffel Tower, unsurprisingly. But it was just kind of interesting to see it in this sense. Then here we have Chicago. So this is where we were born in the city, not downtown, but in the city of Chicago. So I made this one a little bit bigger than the others just to show his hometown pride. Lots of tall buildings, lots of water by the lake. No ocean, unfortunately. But this one shows all the tall buildings and then even includes Navy Pier area, which is right there, and then a water facility to the left. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If there's anything else you'd like to see, let me know. Thanks.